Welcome to this explainer. And hey, a special Legendado in Portuguese shout out to our Portuguese-speaking viewers tuning in today. Now, before we even look at the numbers, let me ask you something. Do you honestly think data labeling is just easy work? Because look, if you do, that's exactly why you might not be getting paid what you're actually worth. Today, we're settling a massive industry debate. We're looking at the hard data to figure out who is really paying more as we head into 2026. Outlier or Appen. One of these is a race to the bottom, and the other, well, it's a highly lucrative career path.
Okay, let's dive into this. Right now, so many freelancers in the data space are just totally exhausted, right? Chasing after $5 pennies, while a brand new industry standard is actively paying a $25 premium. If you want to stop guessing about where the market is headed and actually start earning, we really need to face reality here. $25 an hour versus $5 an hour. So why exactly is there such a massive canyon between the pay rates on these two platforms?
Well, to understand those numbers, we've got to deconstruct the business logic behind the pay gap. Appen and Outlier, they're playing completely different games. Appen is kind of your traditional king of basic data labeling. You know the drill. The tasks are simple, they're super repetitive, and because of that, they're easily automated. And when a task can be automated, boom, you've got a race to the bottom for wages. But on the flip side, we have Outlier. They focus heavily on RLHF, incredibly complex logic, and this concept called ground truth. They aren't just paying you to mindlessly click buttons, they're paying a massive premium for your human logic and reasoning.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what separates the top earners from literally everyone else. RLHF. That stands for Reinforcement Learning from Human Feedback. This is the absolute core engine driving modern AI right now. Listen, AI companies are no longer desperate for massive, sloppy data dumps. No way. They're paying top dollar for your logic, your reasoning, and your ability to course-correct really complex model outputs. Basically, they're paying for your precision, not your typing speed.
Which brings us to a concept you absolutely have to master: ground truth value. This right here is the 2026 standard for data professionals. Ground truth is the absolute, logically sound, human-verified correct answer. It's the ultimate benchmark AI uses to learn right from wrong. And I need to be totally straight with you here. As we move into 2026, if you aren't providing this high-level, complex feedback, you are absolutely going to get replaced by the very AI systems you're trying to train. Basic labeling is a dead end, folks. Ground truth logic is the future.
Section 2, the over-the-shoulder masterclass.
All right, let's shift from theory to practice. It's one thing to talk about RLHF, but actually executing it flawlessly is a whole different ballgame. Here's the exact task logic you need to conquer an RLHF prompt. Step 1, always check the metadata tags. Step 2, meticulously read the instructional constraints. And step 3, analyze the logic before you ever even glance at the syntax. The biggest reason beginners fail and suddenly find their work queues completely empty, it's because they rush. They totally ignore the constraints embedded in the prompt. You've got to read the fine print.
Now, what's really interesting about this is a specific trap we call the logic trap. Here's a pro tip for you. A lot of the time, the critical error isn't actually in the final answer itself. It's in the underlying logic the model used to get there. Take this specific error scenario, for example. The AI model completely bombed the internal SQL syntax, but the hour formatting? It looks absolutely perfect. If you just skim it, you're going to pass it. But if you don't catch that broken internal logic, your quality score dies instantly. Attention to detail is literally everything here. Actually, let's pause for a quick technical quiz to prove just how complex this work really is. Imagine this scenario. The AI model gives you an absolutely perfect, highly accurate answer. But in doing so, it uses a forbidden source that was explicitly mentioned in the constraints. Think about that for a second. Do you rate this as a major issue, or do you say it followed instructions because the answer is factually correct? Think about your answer. This is the exact level of critical thinking that companies are paying $25 an hour for. It's never just about being right. It is all about following the constraints.
Let's move to Section 3, the high-ticket pivot, and see how this builds.
So, the secret to dominating the AI data space isn't just about staying stuck on one platform forever. It's about leveraging your experience into something way bigger. This is how you stop trading your time for pennies and start building a real consulting business. Down at Tier 1, you've got your platforms like Appen. Basic tasks, roughly $5 an hour. Then Tier 2 is the outlier level, where you're doing complex RLHF work and securing that $25 premium. But check out Tier 3. This is the high-ticket pivot. You take your outlier tasks, you build an undeniable portfolio, and then you pivot into a data consultant role on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. At that level, clients will happily hand over $60 an hour for you to oversee, audit, and correct the massive batches of cheap work that those Tier 1 freelancers are churning out. You literally become the quality control authority.
But all of this entirely depends on you accepting a pretty hard truth. None of these platforms, not Appen, not Outlier, definitely not Upwork, owe you a living. Quality is your one and only source of job security. In this industry, if your accuracy drops, or if you miss those logic traps we talked about, your queue stays empty. Period. You are completely in control of your own earning potential, and it's entirely dictated by the precision of your work.
So, the crucial point is this. AI doesn't need more data anymore. It needs better data. It desperately needs your critical thinking. We have to stop just chasing a quick hourly buck and start genuinely building real expertise in logic and RLHF. Because the professionals who truly understand ground truth value, those are going to be the ones commanding the top rates in 2026. The only question left is, will you be one of them?